Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 27 of the Secrets of the Atlas League here on Ruthless SSF. Just starting off with some Cyclone. I like to just farm on the Cyclone and take breaks from the Reaper character. But the main goal for today is just to push for level 84 so I can finally use the double Reaper helmet. So far, the clear speed on Reapers is pretty horrendous. That's why I have to keep taking breaks and playing Cycloner, because it's kind of exhausting. I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to try this Transfigured Reaper, the one of the Revenants or whatever, don't play it unless you already have gear for it, or it'll be a rough time. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you near the end. As you can see, I'm doing more Harbingers. I did respec that on a couple of my trees, actually. I was going to say one, but I did it on two. And the main reason for that, one, it's just kind of fun to have, like, different lead mechanics and just switch through them when you're mapping. But two, it's also really important for me to try. I'm not saying I'm going to, like, work and grind for them, but to try and get, like, some Harbinger maps, some beachheads, and try to get some of the uniques could be really fun. And as a bonus, you could always get the Fracturing Orb, which normally isn't super valuable to me because, like, getting Chaos is pretty rough. But now that the boats are actually core, I think Harbingers could be a lot better, especially this league where you get these, like, crazy mods on the Mercenaries, especially if you're playing, like, Mirror Arrow, which is already, like, the most broken, overpowered stuff on Ruthless. But now you can get the mod, like I think it's a glove mod that says whatever gloves you're wearing affects your affects your mirror arrows, which is pretty ridiculous. But anyway, went back to the Reaper character. The single target DPS is really good, at least for like what's going on right now. But the clear speed is horrendous. It is so bad. You're gonna hear me talk about the clear speed many times today. But oh my god, I can't stress it enough. Do not play this version of Reaper if you don't already have gear. Like, I have three auras on them. I have Hatred, I have Haste, and I have Precision. And they are still just okay. And I'm on a 5 link. Granted, my weapon is pretty whatever, but I mean, I have a 5 link and 3 auras. That should be more than enough. I finally found my first Affliction boss, which obviously doesn't really give you anything outside of giving you more, like, whatever to make your maps a little harder. I'm going to be honest, I have gotten pretty high numbers. I've gotten like 4K of like yellow and blue before, and I've noticed basically nothing with the loot. I don't really know if it's worth it. Maybe it is, like if you keep doing it over and over, but I don't know. It doesn't seem very good. I used my Scarab that duplicates my temple, and the duplicate was much better than the original. Now we actually have a double corrupt. We have a swap and a tempest, which is very nice, and the tier 3 ghost room, which I love that room. It's just very fun. The other one, not so good. We did get a Corrupting Tempest, which is always pretty exciting. It can be pretty boring and tedious to do this Tempest, but honestly, it's just so worth your time. You got a 6 link right off the back. Obviously, it's unusable, but 20 fusings on Ruthless is a fortune. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to someone that doesn't play Ruthless, but getting a stack of 20 fusings is absolutely beautiful. I have no idea what the conversion rate is for Bench League, just know it's very good. I did a unique swap here. Didn't really get anything good, but I did get a leveling unique. And very shortly after that, a Tempest gave me a ridiculous +1 minion wand, which is amazing. And now we're going to try and double corrupt the double zombie helmet. I hope it doesn't die. Yeah, it died before I could even say that. Well, I mean, I guess I don't have to worry about thinking about another character. So if the Reapers don't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. But the Tempest gave me another good rare. I was kind of surprised. Not only is this a good base already, but look at that. 1470 armor. What the hell? That's a hell of a helmet. The only problem is if I ever want to quality, I have to like spec into like Beyond and stuff like that, which might just be a waste of time if I'm being honest with you. But if I do end up using that helmet for something, maybe I'll put it on. Decide to run the other temple because honestly, why not? I mean, it doesn't have a double corrupt, which is really sad, but it's fine. And we did get another Tempest, which is pretty cool, I guess. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get another 6 link, but I mean, hey, 6 sockets, right? It's cool. At some point, I'm going to have something where I need to 6 socket it, so getting all these jeweler orbs is going to feel really nice. I mean, usually if you have above, like, 400 jewelers, it feels pretty, like, safe. Or I'd say I feel fairly confident to get a 6 socket. But let's be honest, sometimes you'll go through like 500 jewelers and not even get a 5 socket. So I am not going to get cocky here. Went and fought a Delirium boss. Didn't drop anything good, but I did get an Ash Collar. And getting all these really nice leveling uniques is such a huge quality of life for me because if you know me, I reroll a lot of characters. So anytime I can get stuff to make the leveling process easier, I am very happy. I 5-1 Chaos Ring, it was trash, went and fought the boss, and I got a new unique, which is the X, which is pretty awesome. We were just talking about needing something to jewelers, so I mean, that's pretty cool. Decided to dump all my jewelers onto this because why not? I was thinking about some like weird builds to use this for, and honestly, I don't know. I kind of don't even want to think about a POB until I six socket it because what I'm afraid of is I'm gonna get really hyped to play with this axe and then just like never six socket and just feel really sad. So as you can see, we did fail. All those jewelers failed, which of course, like now I kind of feel bad. I kind of wish I didn't use the Omen of the Jeweler on my Queen of the Forest because if I could have just instantly six socketed this, I would have felt really happy. But at the same time, I'm glad I didn't. Also, the amulet vendors for 500k dust, which is insane. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because if I did, I'd have a hard time focusing on the Reaper character. We just finally hit level 80, and in a second I'm going to talk to you about my experience so far with this character. But I'm really glad the axe hasn't six-socketed yet, but I hope it does it soon, or I will be sad. So we're level 80, and I have to say the character has gotten a lot better. It's so much less tedious to play. The Reapers feel so much better. Every single time the Reapers level up, I drastically notice a difference. So I can't even imagine what's going to happen when I get to level 20. Also, this wand is completely ridiculous. +1 to all my minions is fantastic. And you have to remember, the helmet itself gives +1, so the Reaper is going to end up being level 22. And if I really like this character, I'm going to end up just like, getting a couple more and trying to double her up to 21. I can't imagine how good these would be at level 23. Now, granted, maybe they don't scale that hard. Like, I didn't really look at how the gem scales per level, but generally speaking, minions scale pretty well. But anyway, I have some faith in this character. Can't wait to get to level 84 and see what happens. After hitting 80, I went and ate some lunch, came back, did my Uber lab. I almost brought my mercenary, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm really trying to stay away from like using mercenaries to solve all my problems. And the main reason for that, I'm not trying to like act like I'm good because I'm not doing it or anything like that. But when I look back and I'm like, oh hey, I remember like let's say in 2 years down the road, right? I want to play Reapers again or whatever. I don't want to look back at this like this old like build or whatever and be like, oh, did it only work because of the overpowered mercenaries, or did the character actually work? So my plan is to basically not use a mercenary until level 84, and maybe even once I hit 84, just do a few maps just to experience the how the character actually plays. I feel like I don't know, man. Like it's either gonna feel ridiculously good when I hit 84 and I have double Reapers, or it's gonna feel about the same with slightly better single target DPS. I don't really know, and I'm kind of scared because it's been kind of a brutal grind, but it is getting better. I finally, after however many characters I have now, I have 2 level 90s, just to say that. I finally got Arcanist Brand, which is awesome. I don't really need it for this character. I mean, I could use it. Maybe later on I'll use it just to do all my Desecrate and Curse stuff automatically. But I don't know. Generally, it doesn't really seem that necessary. Made a Prison Break was pretty terrible. Went and did a temple because why not? And I'm going to tell you, clearing temples takes quite a while. But to be fair, this one was like more life or whatever. So, I mean, I can't be that upset. For the last 2 swaps, I used the wrong sword because I'm an idiot. But, it happens. It's fine. But yeah, I got an Alva Scarab in my Alva Temple, which is pretty odd. Doesn't happen very often. I did the Ghost Room on my Cycloner just because I had XP and I didn't want to die. And, you might have heard me say this has been kind of a long grind. I'm not trying to make that grind longer. My Kirak ended up having a Veritania, so I went and killed that really quickly. Feels really good killing any Conqueror or Guardian with this character. Got a fairly decent dagger. I highly doubt I'll ever use it, but I'll keep it just in case. Got Untainted Paradise at level 82 with 45%. And when we finished, we were still level 82, but we had 87%, which is awesome. That saves me like, I don't even know how much time, but it's a lot. I've been getting a lot of quad essence monsters lately, which feels really good. Saving up all this essence is going to be great once I start running Harvest again. And finally, thanks to Delve of all things, which was killing me earlier, I finally hit level 84, and so now I am free. Alright, I am going to be honest with you, this was a brutal grind. Oh my god. I kept dying at level 83, I died like 4 times in a row. This was pretty insane. I am not happy that I'm not happy with how long this took or how this went. Hopefully, hopefully it was worth it. I have no idea. I mean, let's see what it looks like at least. I mean, we have 8 Reapers. We're gonna go find out if I just wasted all my time. Worst case scenario, that means I get to reroll, I guess. So I will say this. The single target, I don't know, it's pretty questionable, but the clear speed is significantly better. Like, it's so noticeable. And obviously, like, I still need to get gem levels and whatever, but my god, it is so obvious how much better it is. You have no idea the hell I went through leveling this character. It was terrible, man. Without a doubt, like, obviously it's pretty early in the league to call this, but no doubt this is going to be the worst leveling experience of the league for me. I mean, maybe if I play another minion that's worse, it might get beaten out, but it's going to be pretty hard to beat. I'm able to kill mercenaries more reliably now. Before, it was like I could only kill very specific ones and everything else would just like take too long and I would end up dying. But I would last for a while since my damage was like really bad. I got a singular scouting report, which is awesome. I highly doubt I'll get a +1, but you never know. And yeah, I got another scouting report in that same map, so sure, I guess. Before I had 8 Reapers, it took me like 3 minutes to kill a tier 12 boss. Maybe that's a little exaggeration, maybe like 2.5 minutes or something like that. But now we're killing tier 14s, which feels awesome. If I could farm tier 14s with this character, I'd be very happy. Unfortunately, I wasted the scouting report because I didn't have a white map because I'm an idiot. So, fair enough. So you heard me complaining about like the clear speed and everything like that, which don't get me wrong, the clear speed is pretty horrendous. But now that we have 8 of them, I'm actually able to do incursions. And if I'm being honest, the biggest reason this was so unfun to play was I was failing literally like 70-80% of my incursions. Not only, like, I wasn't really dying, sometimes I was because I was just like standing there like an idiot. But the biggest problem was I couldn't clear them anywhere near fast enough. So I was just running out of time. Like 3 or 4 times in a row, I couldn't even kill the architect. And now I'm like clearing them. It feels so much better. Like I've said it like several times now that it feels so much better, but like it's hard to like really grasp by how much because oh my god, dude. Leveling this character to 84 was worse than leveling my last 2 characters to 90, and it's not even close. Like, oh my god, dude. It's like it's been such a long day. I'm so glad we finally got this helmet on. Went and killed the boss, and I got another Elder Guardian, which is cool. I do want to see how my damage is on those. And before going to bed, I decided, you know what? I kind of want to try out multi-strike, because now I was kind of getting excited. I was getting hyped. I switched my body armor. As you can see, my energy shield is way better. And I think it's going to feel so much better having a high health pool like this, because I am going to take the shield mastery or to get energy shield on block. And you know what? In this last map, before I went to bed, I found my first double freaking aura mercenary. Vitality, determination. He also gives endurance charges. He also does like fortify, but I have to be standing so close to him, it's probably never going to be on me. But it's absolutely insane. I was literally about to go to bed, and I was just like, you know what? I want to see if multi-strike works, and we got a crazy mercenary. I don't know if it's really making a huge difference yet because the gem is level 1. All I can tell you is the single target feels so much better. Multi-strike seems to be the way to go, but I'm still not sure. Hey, if you made this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am level 84. We're already halfway to level 85. Now, I'm not going to say the character is good yet, but it feels so much better with this helmet on. Again, I can't stress it enough. Do not League Star with freaking Summon Reaper of Revenants. They are not very good. They are not very good at all. As a matter of fact, I would say they're downright bad. I mean, let me ask you this. Let's say you were like, oh, I want to play Reapers to start. Are you going to be able to have Hatred, Precision, and Haste on a Generosity and a 5-link and a Triads when you start? No, you're not. And because you're not going to do any damage. Because I had all of that. As a matter of fact, I was 6-linked in the campaign, and the campaign was brutal. But yeah, now that we have 8 of them, it's starting to feel so much better. I'm still on the fence about multi-strike. Like, I feel like it might make my clear speed worse, which is what I'm scared of. Maybe it won't, but that's my biggest fear. But I can tell you right now, like, I had a level, like, what was it? I don't even know where it is. I had level, like, 18 or 19 Conk Effect, and I switched it for multi-strike, and my single target damage went up. That's all I can say. So I don't know, man. It seems pretty good, but I don't know. We'll have to test more on that. So the axe, it's kind of cursed. I mean, I've used a lot of jewelers on it. We haven't hit, unfortunately. The rolls aren't horrendous. I mean, the extra damage is pretty sick. 58 out of 60, that's not too bad. Everything else is pretty meh. The crit rule is pretty horrible, which is kind of depressing because it's going to make getting crit just a little bit harder. Not that that 8% is ridiculous, but I mean, it is pretty damn good. But I don't know, it's going to take a long time before we ever get this 6-socketed, if we ever do. Hopefully we do. But the currency is looking pretty good, except for the fact that I have 0 jewelers. I have 58 fusings, which feels amazing. 20 alks. I keep spending all my scours and chance orbs. I'm trying to craft the Stygian Vise because I do have a few minion jewels. They're not good, but I mean, they are something. I do have one on right now, which makes a huge difference. I took this off at one point because I was like messing with attribute stuff. And yeah, I really missed that taunt. That taunt is pretty good. So next on my tree, I'm going to go over here and get Safeguard because block is really good, obviously. And I'll get a bunch of ES on block. I mean, 50's not a bunch, but you know what I mean. At some point, we will be switching to Bone Offering, but I feel like when I'm mapping, I'll always be using Flesh and maybe just Bone for bossing, or maybe I should do the opposite. I don't know. I'll mess more of that later. But now that my ES is incredible, if you look at it right now, yeah, we get almost 1,000 just from my body armor. I was really considering taking the ES Mastery. That way I could take 30% of chaos damage, does not bypass my shield, which will give me a lot of defense, but it's 3 points. I'm almost wondering if I know I'm not going to be using it with mapping, maybe I shouldn't take Safeguard. Maybe I should just take Essence Surge and go like that. Because for a while, I was using the body armor of my Power Siphoner. I even rolled it. But, like, it'd be really nice not only to not have to, like, cannibalize my Power Siphoner, because, like, I had to change the colors on this, and I can't, you know, I can't change the colors back and forth every time I play a different character. And I can't change the crit multi for attack damage because that's so good on Power Siphon. So it's kind of nice to use a different body armor anyway. And obviously, that makes it easier to roll by colors too, because getting, 3 blue, 2 red on this is pretty brutal. But I literally got it on one. I used one chrome and got it, so it's so much better. Anyway, my plan now is just to keep mapping on this character. Once I hit level 85, I'm going to go try doing some Guardians, maybe a Conqueror if I have one or whatever. I kind of just want to see, like, how good the single target damage actually is or how bad it is. Now, obviously, I still need to get some gem levels. Actually, I only need one, so it's not that bad. I was thinking about qualitying the Reapers, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth using all my GCPs on. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Multi-strike definitely needs levels, so it's good that I have to level up anyway. I can't complain about my wand, but I could definitely get a better shield than this. But I mean, it's good enough for now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.